Okay, let's go ahead and get things underway. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Let me just go ahead and move us to where we need to be. Hey, everyone, Spidey Librarian here, and Trouble, too. Hi, Trouble. She just came over right now and was like, "Hi, Dad, I see you talking to the monitors. It's time for you to give me, treats." So I think she wants her Streamly treats. I'm gonna go ahead and get those for her, and then we're gonna go ahead and talk about the June theme reveal on the channel. For those of you that are members, you might already know what it is. Please don't spoil. But if you don't, if you do know, please don't spoil. If you don't know, we'll get to it in just a moment. Let's get troublesome treats, guys. One moment. Okay, come here. Come on. I know what you want. She's like, trouble wants her treats. Because I'm just like, what you want? Huh? What you want? There's one, there's two, and there's three. She gets her treats and she runs right off, like, yep, don't bother me no more. So, okay. All right. So, hey everyone, how's it going? So, I want to go ahead and just take a moment to one, say thank you to you guys for being here. I appreciate it very much. And let me see who is hanging out in the chat. We have Wolf MCOC. We have Sith Apple. And I do believe I see Marvel and DC Marshlands. How are you guys doing? Welcome. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. I hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend. I took nearly a week off of work, and let me tell you, God, did I need it. I've kind of recalibrated. I got Lego Batman. I've been playing the hell out of that. I haven't played it today, because I may have just kind of like overdid it on the first couple of days. But we will be back at it, and we will be back at it soon. I can promise you that much. So, anyways, so the purpose of this live stream is to let everyone know who is interested, who is subscribed to the channel, even if you're not, if you're here, what is the June theme going to be? And so I have another stream. That stream happened almost 2 weeks ago, where I revealed the June theme to current members of the channel. So if you have paid for any level of membership, you would have access to that stream. You'd be able to know what it is a significant chunk of time before anyone else does. So if you guys are interested in knowing, getting the first heads up of what my next channel theme will be, I would like to just go ahead and take a moment to just say, consider a membership. They start at $2.99 a month. They come with a ton of other perks, including these cool badges. You have access to some of my cool emotes. Wolf has got access to those, as does Megan Hasley. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. And so, I just want to take a second, just kind of peddle that particular little piece of wares that I have for you. And of course you get my eternal gratitude, which I'm always, I try to be very thankful to you guys. So anyways, that first stream was where I revealed what the June theme is going to be. And so we're going to come back to it and now reveal it for everyone. And in order to do that, I am going to go ahead and move us over to another stream, or another scene that I have created specifically for channel discussions. And it's very rudimentary right now, and I wish I had this up. But here you go, guys. This is it, and I'm going to go ahead and take myself off of this for at least a moment here. The June theme for the Spidey Librarian YouTube channel in June is going to be sequels. And essentially, I am using I'm doing this for several reasons. One, I want to use it as a way to continue playing Lego Batman during Platinum Run, and Miles Morales too. But there are a lot of good sequels out there that I have not actually seen. Now, if you're to follow the cursor here and look at all the movies right here that I've listed, I'll tell you which one of these I have seen. I've seen The Godfather Part 2, I've seen The Empire Strikes Back, I've seen Terminator 2 and Aliens, and yeah, I haven't seen any of the other two. I am kidding, of course. I have seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I just wanted to see if anyone had a reaction to that. Um, but so these are movies that I will not be playing, and these are actually video games I will not be, or these are movies I will not be watching, at least not yet. And these are not movies that I'm necessary, or Jesus, I can't talk tonight. These are video games that I might not necessarily be playing. These are just exemplars of the genre. These are things that I could watch or could play. Actually, Top Gun Maverick is the only one here that I haven't seen, and Top Gun Maverick is actually in the running, as you guys will soon see, because as you may or may not have seen while I was scrolling around here, is that I have not actually set the June watch schedule yet. I have a couple of ones that are in very strong contention, but I have not made any firm decisions yet. Now, I'm kind of creating this on the fly, and since I'm not taking up anything that'll be too terribly exciting here, we're gonna more or less try to create this one on the fly. Now, I'm gonna have to go into I'm gonna have to go into editing mode here for it. But I can tell you that we have got the following Fridays available to us for the month of June. All right. We've got June 5th, 12th, 19th, and the 26th. So that makes 4 movie slots for Film First Friday to watch some sequels. Okay. And what I would like you guys to do, if you're up for it, is to throw out a bunch of sequels, maybe that see if I've seen it, see if it's something you want me to watch. Here's the only thing: it cannot be the very first installment of any saga. So, like, for instance, I can tell you one of the movies that I will be watching this June because it's Nara's pick. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to go ahead and locate a graphic for it, and I'll put it up there for you. But I'm going to be watching this because Nara picked it out. Nara is he's a Webliographer tier member of the channel, and so he gets to pick one of the movies that I watch every month. And so I'm going to go ahead and take a copy of an image from it, and I'm going to go ahead and stick it right here. And it is this one. It is Rush Hour 3. I don't know how many of you guys have seen it. I don't know what you think of it. I wish I could shrink this down to a square a little bit easier. Hold on. God, I hate that. Okay. We're gonna cut off Chris Tucker's head just a little bit here because I need this to be a square. All right. And I can tell you guys that I have never seen any of the Rush Hour movies. In fact, Rush Hour 3 will be the very first installment of Rush Hour that I have ever seen. And that's okay because Nara has basically said it doesn't matter. These can stand on their own. So, all right, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let's see. Never got into Top Gun personally. You've considered giving them a watch. The first one is okay. I've heard nothing but spectacular things about Top Gun Maverick, so we'll see. Let's see. Uh Yeah, that's correct, Wolf. The Wolf is talking about how I don't do it with audio or video. Megan is suggesting Star Trek Wrath of Khan. I have totally seen Wrath of Khan. That movie has made me cry many times. All right. And I can tell you guys, I think this one is probably going to be number 3 that I watched that month, which I think is June 19th. Let me just double check that. Yes, it is. So I'm going to go over to my copy over here. I'm going to go ahead and grab the lettering. I'm going to stash it here, and then we're going to change the size and the type. So let's see, that was at 26.5. Sorry, give me a second here, guys. We'll bring it down to 25.2, and we will make that our June 19th offering for my goodness. Okay. There we go. We're going to inset it just a little bit on the text, and it's interfering with the 3. I may need to move that somewhere else. I don't want to cut off Chris Tucker's face. I'm already cutting off part of his head. So we're going to do this, and we're going to shrink this a little bit more. You can find it if you want to look for it, but there we go. You'll see that it's June 19th. And the only thing I'm really cutting off is Jackie Chan's arms, which we know Jackie Chan's arms are going to survive just fine. So, all right. Okay. So, Marshall is saying it could be fun to do the Spider-Man sequels. Okay. So here is the thing about Film First Friday, guys. Film First Friday is specifically movies that I have never seen before. So it is, the Spider-Man sequels. I have, of course, seen those. They are not eligible. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and look for a couple of other graphics. These are, I'm going to put the first one up because this one I'm almost certainly going to do, but it's not technically completely decided on yet. But give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find, I'm going to see if I can find something square because I like doing this stuff in squares. I don't know. Just it seems the proper. It seems the God. How did he put it? It seems the way that it should be. That's kind of a hint if you guys get it. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put it up here. So for those of you that hang out for Film First Fridays, I watched Dune Part 1 earlier this month. Oh my God, I loved it. It was so good. Like I was kind of like chomping at the bit to watch the second one. And so Dune Part 2 is like pretty much a shoe-in for me. Like this is one I'm deciding among several others, but Dune Part 2 is like the one if I could just like, if I could just distill it down and go, there's like one of these is definitely making the cut, it's Dune Part 2. And so that one I think if and when I watch it, that one's going to be on June 5th. We're going to go ahead and move that to right about here, and I'm just going to replace that there. All right. So as you guys can see, sequels again has to be something, it has to be something I've never seen before, and it cannot be the first part of any installment. It can't be a standalone movie. It cannot be like The Godfather Part 1, which I've already seen, so it wouldn't count anyways. Rush Hour. I can't, like, Rush Hour would not count, but Rush Hour 3 can go in here. So, the June of Dune, if you will. Megan, I love that. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. The June of Dune. Yeah, no, I watched Dune Part 1 for Space Opera Month, and I kind of like all of my friends were telling me, they're like, Spidey, how have you not yet watched this? You're going to love it. They're like, you're going to love it, So Rugrats in Paris. I've actually seen Rugrats in Paris. I took my little sisters to see it when they were little, when they were tiny littles. So CG Anime Fan is here. He says that he hopes everyone is doing well and feeling well. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Let's see. King Matt is here. Good to see you. Sorry, I missed your first chat. He's actually never seen any Star Trek film at all. Are they worth watching? Um, so King Matt, I actually had one of my coworkers come up to me and go, I'm thinking of watching some Star Trek, but there's so much. What would you suggest? And he's like, I want to start with the original series. And I'm like, okay, all right. It's sort of like starting with Star Wars. It's sort of like starting with, I don't know, just about like Doctor Who, any big, huge franchise that has just been around a while and has just grown exponentially. What you need are curated lists, okay? And so, like, if it were me, if I were to tell you, okay, like I told my coworker, I'm like, if you want to watch the original series, do not start with the first episode, okay? It's good, but it's not exactly what you're looking for. You're going to want something like the Corbomite maneuver, or you're going to want like something that has the entire crew as they are there and everything, and then something that's really good. And I suggested, like, you should watch, it's like, first go on the internet, find some top 10 list, but I'm like, Corbomite maneuver will be on there. City on the Edge of Forever will be there. Um, oh, there's another one. Balance of Terror, which if you like Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, wow, you need to watch Balance of Terror, and then you need to watch the season 1 finale of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It blew my mind. It was so good. So, anyways, so here we are. And again, if you want me to make suggestions like that to you, King Matt, my top suggestions would actually be, oh God, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, um, probably two, three, and then four, because they all kind of tell one kind of big story, even though each can stand on its own. Although you could argue that three, you need to watch two first to get the proper context, but it does sort of tell you at the beginning what happened. Then I'd recommend Star Trek VI. All of these are with the original crew. All right. And then for number 5, Star Trek First Contact with Picard, Data, and that crew. So, all right. Matt Cave is here. Hello, my good friend. How are you? I saw you were playing Pragmata earlier tonight. What did you think of it? I'm really curious to know. And also, did you go and see The Mandalorian and Grogu? What did you think of it? I'm curious to know. If anyone wants to drop their opinions on The Mandalorian and Grogu in the chat, please feel free to do so. No spoilers. That's the only thing I ask. Don't spoil anything for anyone. But other than that, feel free to tell me what you thought of it. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. And again, just no spoilers. So, all right. Yes, we are doing a sequels month. All right. So far, the only one that is the for certain lock in is actually Rush Hour 3. Dune 2 is probably like the first up in a bunch of others that I'm considering. And actually, let me go ahead and just drop. I'm going to just try to wordlessly drop some of the other sequels that I have been considering onto the onto the onto the canvas here, and let you guys just kind of, I don't know, tell me what you think about it. So let me go ahead and drop this one in. This one, okay. Everything else that I drop is not, it's not a shoe-in yet, just so you guys know. But here's one of them. All right. I loved, I think I watched the first Zootopia in November, and I loved it. It was so good. Oh my God. I didn't yet. Here's the thing, guys. when you take the two subgenre words buddy cop and suggest them to me, like at first I'm gonna go, buddy cop movies. I mean, I guess they're okay, but they're not like my first. I don't know. They're not my first poison for like, ooh, what genre should I pick this month? You know. But I mean, like Zootopia was a buddy cop movie that I was like, this is really really good, and I really thought it was going to I really enjoyed it more than I expected to. So, let's see. Have I seen Super Mario Galaxy yet? No, I haven't. Is it on streaming yet? Because um, that's actually a really good suggestion. It is, it is for rent and it is expensive. I'm afraid I'm not going to pay $25 to rent it. So, maybe when I do another sequels month, or another sequels theme down the line, we can do that. Or if I could just do another video game movies month, we could do that. So, excuse me. But yeah, as much as I like the idea of watching Super Mario Galaxy, it's paying $25 to rent a movie is definitely something I don't want to do right now. So, all right. Let me go ahead and drop another one. Um, this one might surprise you guys and it might not. We'll see in just a second. But again, this one sequel, definitely not the first movie. But and again, guys, these are the ones that I am considering. So there we go. So there's that one. Uh and I think I've got two more that I am considering strongly. Let me see if I can find another one. You know what? I can probably cut this one down to a square. Let me just go ahead and put this one on. Yes, I have seen Sonic 3. Uh, I liked it. I actually for me, and I'm sorry to disappoint Sonic fans on this one, but for me, the ending of the movie kind of killed it for me. I did not care for the ending. I felt like the way that it ended, nobody learned anything, and no one experienced significant change, and I don't know. So okay, let me see. Mandalorian was good, but it didn't deliver more than any of the shows. It felt more like a few episodes glued together, and I think the creators kind of admitted it. Yeah, yeah. Which frankly, I'm okay with that. Like, I mean, and I know there are some people that would say, no, Star Wars movies need to be epic and high stakes and everything. Um, there is nothing wrong with intimate stakes storytelling, with personal growth, with not having the entire universe be on, lying in the balance. And I think that can even apply to Star Wars movies. Um, now, do I think that they could have done uh they could have done something different and better than The Mandalorian and Grogu? Yes, I do. I do. But I think that if you're going into a Mandalorian and Grogu movie having seen the shows, like, yeah, it's another couple of episodes, and frankly, I wish they would just continue the Mandalorian show. Like, I really do. But they have decided not to do that yet. So, all right, with the new 007 game dropping tomorrow, any of those? Hey, Planty, how you doing? Um, I'm not going to be playing the new 007. After buying Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, probably not going to be buying any like new games anytime soon. Um, James Bond is not a bad suggestion because there probably are still quite a few James Bond movies that I have not seen. However, I haven't strongly considered any of those for this month. Um, let's see. Another one that I already said that I was considering, but I'm going to go ahead and put that one up here as well. Let me just throw that one up here. I've seen the original Top Gun, and I mean, like, the original Top Gun is, I don't know, fine, but this is one of those movies that, like, I probably would not have gone and seen it, and I haven't gone and seen it in theaters, or like I probably just would have let it blip on my radar and then just like go away into the oblivion of my personal canvas or my personal awareness of things. But I have heard such positive feedback on Top Gun Maverick that I had to at least consider it for this month. Again, I've seen the first one and I think it's fine. It's like, yeah, okay. It's an early Tom Cruise movie. It's, it's military propaganda. And a lot of my friends who said that, they're like, yes, Top Gun Maverick is more military propaganda, but you know what? It's still damn good and fun to watch. So, all right. Okay, all right. No, you guys can all make suggestions. These are all movies that I am considering. What is another one that I was considering? I'm gonna be watching The Chronicles of Riddick this coming Friday. That's already a sequel, but I'm watching it for Space Opera Month. And I think later this year I'm gonna watch Pitch Black because I've never seen that. And that's gonna come before Chronicles of Riddick. So all right, let's see. But yeah, these four right here that don't have a date on them, these are all considerations. I think there was oh yes, there was another one. I think this one you guys might like too. This one was a big one. Like someone suggested this and I'm like, "Ooh, that's a good suggestion." Because I watched the first one and kind of like Zootopia, I loved it. Okay. The here, all right. Kung Fu Panda 2. Again, I loved the first Kung Fu Panda. I loved it way more than I was expecting to. I was like, damn, this was good. So, uh, so there we go. The Mahjong tile mountain right there. Those are the ones that I have been considering. I've only got 2 more slots in June. Okay, June 19th is going to be Rush Hour. That's pretty much that is decided. Nara pretty much picked that one. And in fact, I need to put the little member pick flag in the corner of this one. But let me just go ahead and blow that up so you guys can see it right now. Dune Part 2 is it's not completely a lock, but it's pretty much a lock simply because I watched Dune Part 1 last month and I loved it. And I'm like, give me the second one right now. So, um, everything else here are things that I'm considering. So we have Kung Fu Panda 2, Zootopia 2, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, Alien 3, the assembly cut, which I think is available on HBO Max right now, and then Tom Cruise or Top Gun Maverick. So, let me see what you guys have been saying. All right, let's see. All right, Matt Cave's headed to bed. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. I appreciate you. Let's see. King Matt says Scream 7 if I haven't seen it yet. So if that was the one that just came to theaters, I'm gonna I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna explain why. Um, I have only seen the first two Scream movies, and I actually did ask Google. I was like, do I need to have seen the previous Scream movies in order to see Scream 7? And Google was like, yes, you kind of do. There's enough that happens in some of the directly previous movies that you need to go and watch those before you go and watch Scream 7. So I did not go to theaters to see it. The Scream franchise, I loved the first one. I thought the second one was okay. And it just kind of felt like if I watched these, they were going to get worse. And so I haven't watched any of the new Scream movies. So, all right, let's see. Marshland's biggest frustration with the new Mando movie is it looks fun, but would have made a lot more sense to be the two of them reunited after the end of The Mandalorian season 2. I wish they would just do more seasons of The Mandalorian. That seems to make more sense to me, but Disney gonna Disney. So, uh, let's see. Simba fan. Hey, Simba fan, how you doing? Um, is your birthday is coming up in 14 days. Nice. Happy early birthday in case I don't get to tell you that on your special day. Um, So I watched Spider-Man 2 about a year and a half ago on the channel, and that was before I had really come up with with Film First Friday. I'd gotten one of my friends to watch it with me. I don't think she had seen it. Her name was Gwen, and she was also blonde. And so she's like, I know what happens in it, but like, do you want to can I watch it on your channel? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So um let's see. Planty is putting groceries away but listening. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. King Matt says he still needs to see Kung Fu Panda 4 and he hasn't seen it yet. He's heard mixed reviews. Let's see. I've already given my reasons for not considering Super Mario Galaxy. It's just right now it's $25 to rent it. I'm not paying that. So CG likes all of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, although On Stranger Tides is the closest thing that the films have to a weak link. Really? Because I thought that second Pirates of the Caribbean movie was not good. It was okay, but it was not good. Um, 3 for me was a good return to form. So okay, let me see what else. Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. It has been a while. I don't even know if I've seen the first Ace Ventura. Uh Ace Ventura, huh? We'll see. We'll see. I'll tell you what. I'll even go and put that one up because that's one that I had kind of like I don't know. Jim Carrey, I like him, but I admit that he can be hit or miss comedically. But the Ace Ventura movies looked like, you know, Jim Carrey like just going crazy and without any cruise control on him. So we'll go ahead and put that there. And again, oh my God, you guys are coming in with the suggestions now. Let's see. When it comes to Scream, you can skip 3 seasons of Scream the series. They had a series? That movie franchise got a series? Are you kidding me? Wow. But all 7 films build on each other? Okay. Friday the 13th Part 7 is super fun? Hmm. I'm guessing that by number 7 it was probably pretty campy by that point. Um I've seen the first Friday the 13th and I don't know if I've seen the other ones. So what is part 7? Oh, the new blood. Okay, all right. Let me see if I can find a I can cut this one down to a square, so we'll go ahead and just do that one. Um I'm just going to cut it down to there. Close enough. Okay. And actually that one's going to go over here because I think Dune and Rush Hour. I mean, Rush Hour is a lock. Dune is pretty much a lock. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. Let's see. What else? What else you guys got for me? Let's see. Die Hard with a Vengeance. I've seen it. I know. I've seen at least like uh, I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen it. What is the second one called? What is Die Hard Part 2? It's literally called Die Hard 2. Okay. Then With a Vengeance. Okay. All right. I've got a grand total of 7 movies up for consideration for 2 slots right now, guys. So let's see. Screw it. I'll put it up here. I think this is a visual of like the soundtrack or something. I don't care. There we go. All right. And I think at this point I'm only going to consider one more cuz that's going to put us at 9. So, all right, I'm going to have to go through this fast. So, I've seen Doctor Sleep. Watching Spider-Man movie with a blonde woman named Gwen is next level. Just make sure it's no, it was the Amazing Spider-Man 2. She knew what happened. She just wanted someone to watch it with. Let's see. The fourth and fifth films are not well liked, even though that the fifth film is good. Uh, let's see. Okay, now I got people telling me not to watch the fourth one. The fourth Pirates movie. Son of the Mask. Nope, nope. I'm not doing another Jim Carrey movie. I'm sorry. I'm gonna reject that one out of hand. Part 7 is like Carrie versus Jason. Oh yeah, so is it like a girl with psychic powers? Because that is kind of cool, actually. The only thing you hate in the fifth film is Jack. Let's see. Mission Impossible 2. I know I've seen it. Um, Jason versus Carrie. Okay, The Bourne Supremacy. The Crow 1994 is not a sequel. The Crow 1994 is the first Crow movie, and it's a classic. Um, okay, so the only other one of these that I'm gonna count is The Bourne Supremacy. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put that one up here. Okay, let me see. Is The Bourne Supremacy, is that the second or the third one? I need somebody to tell me that. Is the Bourne Supremacy um is it the second or the third one? I know I've seen the first one. I don't think I have seen I don't think I've seen anything after the first one. So if anyone could tell me, is it hold on, let me see what Wikipedia says. It is a sequel to The Bourne Identity. So it's the second one, right? Because The Bourne Identity is the first one, right? Okay, The Bourne Supremacy is okay. So The Bourne Supremacy is going up here, and that's it. I'm sealing it off. No more suggestions at this point. We've only got 2 more slots left in June, and we don't have like a lot of these are going to get eliminated. So and it looks like right now we're just kind of doing a live poll. So give me a second. I will put that one up as a choice here. Why can I not get any of these in little square icon forms? Okay. Uh-huh. Right. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. I love this. You guys came up with a ton of sequel suggestions for me. CG would suggest Frozen 2, but he doesn't think I've seen the first film yet. You would be correct. I've never seen either of the Frozen movies. So, all right. It's definitely your favorite Friday the 13th movie. Okay, all right. We need to figure out how to parse this, guys. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shrink a bunch of these. All right. And we're going to do some kind of process of elimination here. So I want you guys to sit tight because I don't know. We're going to make some kind of group activity out of this. Whether you want me to or not, it's happening. Okay. All right. So how should we do this? I would like suggestions. I would like suggestions and options. Should we like go through and just like have people give an average rating to each of these? And then and then, you know, just remember that we're only going to be selecting two of them. Because I think at this point I'm pretty much married to Dune Part 2. Like I think that one is kind of my personal baby. That is going to be my pick for the month of June. So all right. Here we go. All right. So we got 9 picks and we've got 2 slots to fill. All right. So here's what I think I'm going to do. All right. Based on, so some of you guys will have seen some of these movies and some of you guys will have not seen some of these movies. All right. That's mostly going to be irrelevant here. Okay. What I want you to do is I'm going to go from Die Hard, you know, to Zootopia. We're going to go across and I'm going to highlight each movie here. Okay. And when I highlight each movie, I want you guys to give me I want you guys to give me a number score 1 through 10 based on how much you want me to watch this movie. Okay. I'm going to need you to do that. And from each of you, I will add it up. Okay. So give me a second because I'm going to just create a quick spreadsheet because this is how I'm going to keep track of it. All right. And so if you're going to stick around, and vote for these, what I would, because if you're not, then please don't do this. I want you to go ahead and put a wave in the chat. Okay. If you want to have a vote here, I want you to put a wave in the chat. I just put one in there. So if you want to vote, if you want to submit a number ranking, I want you to go ahead and throw a wave into the chat. I will add your name to the spreadsheet and we will go through and basically we'll do ranked voting essentially. So all right, I see Megan Hasley and Sith Apple. So let me go ahead and put you guys in here. All right. And let me return who else? Okay, King Matthew has put his hand up. So we're going to add him. Okay, who else? Who else? Again, if you want your vote counted, throw a wave up in the chat. All right, Planty Gamer is going to go ahead and vote as well. Excellent. Okay. All right, Marshlands is going to vote. DC and Marvel Marshlands. There you go. All right, so I've got 5 people. Anyone else? Simba fan, do you want to vote? Who else? Is anyone else? CG? CG, if you're here, come on, man. Come on, man. I want you to vote if you're here. Yes. All right. He put his name up for consideration. Okay, so CG Anime Fan is in there. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else got a vote? Simba Fan, I know you're here in the chat, or at least you were a moment ago. Do you want to vote? Do you want to vote? Throw a wave up in the chat, my friend. Throw a wave up in the chat so I can put you on the spreadsheet. And I think what I'd like to do is this, okay? We have got 9 choices, all right? I want you guys to put in your numbers from 1 to 10 for each of these, and we're going to do it like this. If you put a 10, say for Die Hard with a Vengeance, you cannot vote 10 for anything else, okay? So whichever, like, this is very much kind of like ranked choice voting. So, oh, that's right. Simba Fan, if you're having, because CG just mentioned it took him a moment to find the emotes, you can just type in : wave : all together, and it'll put the wave up in there. So Simba Fan, if you want to vote, go ahead and throw it in there. I'm keeping an eye out for you. If anyone else shows up and wants to vote, throw a wave in the chat. All right. Planty, that is correct. Dune and Rush Hour are not up for vote. Rush Hour is Nara's choice, and Dune is basically my choice. Everything else here, I would say if I have any ones that I am leaning towards the most, it's probably Zootopia 2, Kung Fu Panda 2, and probably Alien 3, simply because if I watch Alien 3, that will complete my viewing of all of the Alien movies that have Eleanor Ripley in them. So, but with that said, depending on how all this goes, I mean, like, I've never done this before. If this goes well, I think I'll go by whatever we decide here. So it's actually 1 to 10. There are 9 choices, though. Whoever suggested I watch Alien 3 is just mean and evil. Hey, first of all, I partially suggested it, and then one of my coworkers suggested it. However, she was very adamant and said, do not watch Alien 3 as it was released in theaters. Watch Alien 3, the assembly cut, which actually does exist now on HBO Max. So I will be very like specific to say that that's what I will be watching. So, but you know, whatever. All right. Okay. So we've got all of our voters here. I've got 6 voters right now. They are Megan Hasley, Sith Apple, King Matthew, Planty Gamer, DC and Marvel Marshlands, and CG Anime Fans. All right. If anyone else wishes to vote, go ahead and throw a wave into the chat. If you don't know how, please ask and we'll make it happen for you. All right. Yes, Ripley is in Alien Resurrection. I've seen Alien Resurrection. Um, I mean, I didn't think it was terrible, but I didn't think it was that great either. So, okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started with this. Are you guys ready? I'm kind of excited for this. I wasn't planning to do like a vote off for this, but maybe this can be a thing we do every month. So, all right. Okay. So, I am highlighting Die Hard with a Vengeance. This is a Bruce Willis movie, and I don't know. I mean, if you've seen Die Hard, they're good. They're action movies. They're comedy movies. The comedy is very like it's pretty dark sometimes, but it's also situationally very funny. All right, so at this point, I've seen the first one, and the first one is great. If you have not seen it, go watch it. It's funny. It's really funny. I've also seen Die Hard 2. I don't think I've seen Die Hard with a Vengeance, though. So this would be like at least the third one in there. So go ahead and cast your numerical votes for Die Hard with a Vengeance. Remember, you can go 1 through 10, and basically whatever you vote here, you can't vote in any in any subsequent movies. All right. So let's go ahead and go ahead and cast your votes. The higher the number, the higher the score. The higher the score, that will dictate the winner. So go ahead and cast your votes. And again, it's a number between 1 and 10. And whatever you vote here is whatever number you use, you can't use in subsequent votes. All right. And Sith Apple has cast a 10 for Die Hard with a Vengeance. So hold on. All right. So Sith Apple casts a 10. All right. Let me see what my other voters have said. All right. Marshlands gives it a 4. Okay. All right. So Marshlands gives it a 4. King Matt gives it a 7. Let me see what you guys. A 4 and a King Matt said a 7. Okay. All right. Still waiting on at least 3 more votes here. Let's see. Megan says 5 for Die Hard. Okay. CG says 5. And Planty says 4. Okay, let me get those in. So Megan says 5. And hold on, I have a memory like a goldfish. CG5, Planty 4. All right, so there we go. All right, so right now, and it's early, but right now, Die Hard has the largest score. That, of course, is going to change as we go on. Let me just see what the current total score is. Total score right now is a 35. And we are going to move on to the next one. All right. Okay. All right. Zootopia 2. Give me just a second with this one, guys. All right. And of course, I need to bring this one to the front. Okay. All right. Zootopia 2. Now, I have seen the first Zootopia, and I loved it way, way, way more than I thought I was going to. A lot of people kept telling me, you need to watch Zootopia. You need to watch Zootopia. And I think it was in November of last year that I watched it. And I was like, I went into it going, this is okay. This, like I can watch this. I think this will be all right. Man, the first Zootopia, it kicked my ass. I was not expecting to love Zootopia as much as I ended up loving it. So this one, I think, I'm really looking forward to the second one. If it were if it were just me deciding these, I think Zootopia 2 would be a very strong contender. All right, I like that you guys are putting your numbers and then the title next to them. That's excellent. Okay, so let me see. We have got, looks like we've got 5 votes in for Zootopia 2. Who are we missing? Okay, Marshland's just completed it. Okay, so let me see what the totals are. All right. And I'm just going in order that I see them. Okay, so King Matt has submitted a 2 for Zootopia 2. So let me go ahead and put that in there. Let me make sure I type a 2 and not an X. All right, let's see. All right, Sith Apple 3. Planty 6. Let me go ahead and put those in there. Sith Apple 3, Planty 6. All right. The rest of them, let's see. Megan 7, CG 4. Let me go ahead and put those in. Megan 7, CG 4, and then I think Marshland's voted a 7. Let me just confirm that. Yes. Okay. All right. And the votes are in. Zootopia 2 gets a 29. I'm not gonna lie, that's surprising. I'm surprised to watch Die Hard with a Vengeance come in here and just like just lambast Zootopia 2. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just surprised. So, but okay, all right, you guys. I'm really I'm really enjoying this. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. I'm just checking for any duplicate number votes. Nothing so far. So everything is validated. We're going to go ahead and move this back to its spot right here. Okay, guys, this one I feel so far is the most infamous one. Like, the least amount of people seem to like it. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. So, here's what I think about Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. This one is kind of on the edge of I could take it or leave it, with me just edging over into I kind of want to see it. I love the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. The first Pirates of the Caribbean movie so far is the best one, in my opinion. I've seen the first 3. Okay. So, in my personal opinion, that's the bar. The second one to me is not that great. It's okay. It's all right. It's not good though. Like, I was a little disappointed in the second one. The third one ended up being a pretty good return to form, but is not quite as good as the first one for me. So go ahead and cast your votes here. Some of you were saying like, don't bother, you know. So, all right. So, okay. And the votes are now coming in. King Matt has voted a 6 for Pirates. I'm just gonna call this one Pirates 4 because it basically is. All right, and let's see what we've got. Okay, Planty gives it a 2. Sith Apple gives it a 5. Okay. All right, so Planty gets a 2. Sith Apple gets a 5. And what we've got 3 more votes coming in. Okay. All right. Okay, CG gives it a 7. Megan gives it a 6. Right. And then Marshlands, have we gotten a vote from you yet? Okay, that's a 2. Ooh, man. Jack Sparrow works better as a supporting character, and here they elevated him to leading man. But wasn't he the lead in the first movie, too? I guess he was a lead. Okay, but that one's a 2. All right, yeah, and you know what? Yeah, if you guys want to like type in why you vote the way you do, I am happy to hear it. I think that's really cool. Okay, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides gets a 28. I'm frankly surprised that it did as well or almost as well as Zootopia 2. But as they say, guys, them's the breaks, all right? Okay, let's go ahead and return Pirates over here. And we're going to move on. Okay, all right. So the next one is going to be Kung Fu Panda 2. And again, Kung Fu Panda 2 is another of the really strong contenders for me, just based on how much I ended up loving the first one. It was like Zootopia. It it came out of nowhere and surprised me. People were like, "How have you not seen this?" And after watching it, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know how I haven't seen this because this was fantastic. I think some people have said the second one is even better than the first. I don't know for certain, but yeah, I'm I don't know. It's one of those like were it left to me to decide, I'd probably like strongly consider Kung Fu Panda 2. So King Matt says he is the opposite. When it comes to Pirates 2 and 3, he loved the second one, but was kind of disappointed by it World's End. Still a pretty good trilogy, though. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, King Matt says an 8 for Kung Fu Panda. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You guys are coming in hot for this one. I've got 5 votes already, and they are all above. They're a 7 or above. Holy crap. You guys are down for this one. Okay. So Kung Fu Panda 2, King Matt gives it an 8. Let me go ahead and throw that 8 in there. All right. Okay, let's see. Planty. Oh wait, CG gave it an 8 too. I'm going to try to just plug those both in immediately. All right. Let's see. Who else gave it what? Planty gave it a 9 and Megan gave it a 9. Okay, so let's put those in there. So let's see. Planty, there's your 9. And there's Megan's 9. Okay. All right. And then we have got a 7 from Sith Apple. Right. Okay. So that leaves Marshlands. Marshlands, what is your what is your addition to this? A 9. Holy crap. This one is highly recommended. This one might end up with the top score. Like this is fantastic. This is a 50. This one blows every other movie that we have considered tonight out of the water. Like not even close. It it beats Die Hard by 15 points. Damn. That's all I've got to say is just damn. That is some voting right there. Okay. All right. Okay, you guys are knocking this one out of the park. I'm having a good time and I hope you are as well. Okay. All right. So the next one is Top Gun Maverick. Now, here's the thing about Top Gun Maverick for me. All right. I watched the first one. It's one of those cool 80s, like, I don't know, it's like an aura farming movie, I feel like, because that's what Tom Cruise is doing in the 80s movie. And this is a sequel. And I think one of the things that did it for a lot of people um is that this was one of the final appearances in a movie by Val Kilmer. And for some of you younger ones, I don't expect you to necessarily know or care who Val Kilmer is, but Val Kilmer was a very popular actor in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. He came down with throat cancer, I think, back in the 2010s, and it eventually killed him not too long after Top Gun Maverick was made. I personally know Val Kilmer as Batman in Batman Forever. He was also in an 80s comedy called Real Genius, which is fantastic. And he was also, let's see, he was in The Saint, which I think I remember watching and enjoying. But really, I'm always going to love him for being Mad Mardigan in the movie Willow. And if you haven't seen Willow, You really should. It's so good. It's 80s fantasy, and you'll never convince me that it's not secretly a Star Wars movie. Okay. Um, but yeah, Top Gun Maverick is a movie that I will watch because it had such fantastic feedback from everyone who saw it. And I was like, maybe I should watch this at some point. So, okay. All right. Let me see what you guys have been saying. CG gave Top Gun a 9. Okay. Coming out strong with that one. All right. I love this. I'm wondering if you guys were all like, okay, all right, let me lay out my numbers for each of these, and like, because as far as I can tell, no one has used the same number so far. So I want you guys to know I really appreciate that, by the way. So, all right, so 9 for Top Gun, which CG loves Val Kilmer. Okay. All right, King Matt hasn't seen it, so doesn't think his vote will count for this one, but he's going to give it a 6. Your vote does count because whether or not you've seen it is not the point. The number represents how much you want me to see it. That's what your number is representing. All right, King Matt, I've got your 6 in here. I've got your 6. That's probably a hilarious pun, given that Top Gun is a movie about flying jets. So, all right. Marshlands gives it a 1, the least interesting compared to the other movies on the list here. That is a perfectly valid reason, and I will record. This is the first one of the evening, I think. So thank you, Marshlands, for that one. All right. Oh right, dude. How could I forget Tombstone? Yeah, Val Kilmer is Doc Holliday in Tombstone, and he is. I'm gonna curse here. He is fan fucking tastic as Doc Holliday. He is awesome in Tombstone. How could I forget that? Dang. Okay. I even think he wrote a book, a biography, an autobiography, and I think the title is "I'm Your Huckleberry." So. All right. Megan gives Top Gun an 8. That's a nice high vote. Okay. All right. What else have we got? Sith Apple is given Top Gun a 6. All right. And so we are waiting for I think we're just waiting for Planty, right? Planty, do we have a vote from you yet? Oh wait, no, it's way up here. Sorry. Okay, Top Gun is a 1 for Planty. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get that in. Okay, this one gets a 31. A 31. This one is the most polarizing so far. It's gotten some very low, some very high, and then some very mid votes. So that's a very interesting breakdown of votes of enthusiasm from you guys. I'm actually fairly impressed that this one was as divisive as it was. So let's go ahead and put her back over here. All right. Okay, next one. This one, it's interesting to me because I've seen The Bourne Identity, which I thought was pretty good, but I just hadn't considered this one, so I'm glad you guys brought it up. So so The Bourne Supremacy is like when I was watching The Bourne Identity, I was watching it with a then coworker at the time. This is probably, God, 20 years ago that I was watching it, 15, I don't know. And it was kind of one of those movies like this is very clearly like an action vehicle for Matt Damon. Because before then I think I'd only known him from Good Will Hunting. But like I enjoyed it for what it was. It was kind of like, I don't know, it was almost American James Bond, except maybe a slightly more gritty. And I was kind of there for it. So yeah, let's go ahead and cast our votes for the Bourne Supremacy. Dang, CG is coming in with a 10 for the Bourne Supremacy. Let's go ahead and put that in for him. Hold on, I haven't made the Bourne Supremacy's column yet. All right, and then CG is coming in hot with a 10. All right, and let me see. All right, let me see what the rest of you guys are voting for this one. Okay, let's see. Megan is she's putting a 1 because she has never heard of it. Okay, that's fair. That is completely fair and valid. All right, Sith Apple gives this one a 9 and Planty gives it a 3. Okay. This is another fairly divisive one here. All right, so we are waiting for votes from King Matt and from Marshlands. So let me see what you guys have to say. Let me just make sure you guys haven't already voted for it. I'm not seeing it. So, all right. Okay. So, Marshlands, King Matt, what do we got? What are you guys thinking? All right. Marshland says that Bourne Supremacy is a 3. He doesn't think action hero when he thinks of Matt Damon. To be fair, he hasn't seen any of the Bourne movies, so you could be wrong. I'd recommend checking out the Bourne Identity. Just think of it as, okay, I mean, will he work as an action hero? But I can understand that. So, all right, so we get a 3 from Marshlands and a 4 for King Matt. Let me go ahead and put those in. So 3 and 4, and we are there. Let's see what we end up with. This one gets a 30. Again, I'm surprised that the Bourne Supremacy has beaten Zootopia 2, but that is all just me. So, all right, I'm going to make a couple of quick alterations here. Okay, why the Bourne Supremacy's title got to be so long? All right. Okay, everybody, that is the Bourne Supremacy. That one comes away with a score of 30. So it's I mean, at this point, I would say it's kind of in the middle of the pack here. It's actually the third highest one, the third highest voted so far. No, I'm sorry, the fourth highest voted. It's in the bottom 3 so far. All right. Okay, all right. So, oops. And I don't know what happened there, so I'm just going to get rid of those. Give me a second here, because we have got Friday the 13th 7 coming up here. I'm not going to lie, Megan. This one came out of nowhere for me. I was like, oh, no, this actually counts. So, all right. So here are my feelings about the Friday the 13th franchise. So I do like horror movies. I like them quite a bit, actually. And if you're any kind of horror movie fan, you should go and watch the first Friday the 13th movie. And at this point, I would say that watching the first one is kind of like homework. Like, you should do it if you want to consider yourself a horror fan. I don't think you're going to have the best time in the world. It's not bad, and it is iconic for being the first one. And you get to see a young Kevin Bacon in it. But, like, for a horror movie, it's actually pretty slowly paced, and it gets a little boring sometimes. Now, with that said, the Friday the 13th franchise eventually went in the same direction as the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, where instead of, like, they start off intending to be scary, and then they get more and more, like, campy as it goes on, to the point where Jason is just kind of like, he's now the hero of the franchise, whether you want him to be or not. And people are just interested to see how he's going to kill the next person. And that's basically what happened with Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street. So let's go ahead and see you guys' your guys' votes for Friday the 13th. All right. Oh, hey, Charles McMurphy is here. Charles, if you would like to vote on any of these movies, starting with this one, Friday the 13th, go ahead and throw a wave into the chat. Just go wave all together, and then throw in a number. It has to be from 1 to 10, and whatever you vote, you can't use again. Okay. Let me see what you guys have been voting so far. CG votes a 1 because it seems too scary for him. I'm going to guess, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm going to guess that this one is probably not as scary. Although, Megan, feel free to chime in. I could be wrong here. I've seen actually only a couple of the Friday the 13th movies. I've seen Jason Takes Manhattan, which is freaking hilarious, by the way. But I could be wrong here. So, all right. So let's see. CG gives it a 1. All right. Um, let me see what else. Megan gives it a 10. And King Matthew gives it a 3. So let me go ahead and put those in. Whoops, I gave the wrong vote to the wrong person. There we go. I don't want to do that. Okay, all right. Let me tune back in and see what you guys are voting. So Megan loves Carrie, she loves Jason, and she's seen it a million times. It's great. Okay. Planty gives it an 8. Okay, all right. Okay, and then I need votes from Sith Apple and Marshlands and Charles if he's going to vote. Let's see. It's a guilty pleasure for Marshlands. The idea of Jason versus Carrie sounds fun. This is a 10 for him. Holy crap. Okay, and then Sith Apple gives it a 5. So Sith Apple, there's your 5. Marshlands, there's your 10. This might be the first one to get 2 10s. I think it is. I think Friday the 13th is the first one to get 2 10s. So, all right. Yeah. I mean, Marshlands, you're probably right. CG doesn't generally go in for horror, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, there might be some of you who don't go in for animated movies, you know, and I've got 2 of them on here at least. So it's all good. We're all voting for different reasons, and I say they're all valid. So, all right, let's go ahead and total it up, see what we get for Friday the 13th, Part 7. This one is a 37, unless I get a vote in from Charles McMurphy. He showed up for a second and said Alien, but that's not quite how we're voting here, my friend. If you want to vote, throw in a wave and then throw in a number. I'll give you about another minute to weigh in if you want to. You do not have to, but yeah, go ahead and do that if you want to. All right. So, but at least for the moment, Friday the 13th, The New Blood. That one is actually number 2 out of the so far 7 movies that we've got. So far nothing is touching Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda has got a 50 right now. Friday the 13th Part 7 has got a 37 and it's in 2nd place. Die Hard 3 or Die Hard with a Vengeance is in third place with a score of 35. Okay. All right. We haven't heard from Charles, so I'm going to go on and we're going to go ahead and just go to the next one, which is Alien 3. All right. So I know some of you are probably not going to care for Alien 3, and that's fine. This is one of those movies that I am going to watch at some point. It may not necessarily be for sequels month, but it will happen because I'm something of a completionist. And so like I want to watch all the movies that feature Ellen Ripley, all right? And so and this is one of them. So I think Alien 3, and again the version that I'm watching is called the Assembly Cut, which is supposed to be like I've heard bad things about Alien 3, but a lot of people have said the Assembly Cut is actually pretty good. So that's the version I will be watching. All right, let me see. Oh, wow. Okay, this is fairly mid so far. All right, So CG is giving Alien 3 a 3. All right, let's go ahead and. Oh, hold on. I haven't made the column for Alien 3 yet. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so CG gave it a 3. Let me see what everyone else is giving it. All right, let's see. All right, Planty gives it a 5. King Matt gives it a 2. Let me go ahead and put those in. All right, what else have we got? Let's see. Megan gives it a 4 and Sith Apple gives it a 2. All right. And then have we gotten a vote from Marshlands yet? I'm not seeing a vote from Marshlands yet, so we're waiting on that. Marshlands, go ahead and chime in with your vote. I'm just going to go ahead and validate everything here. King Matthew, you have already given a 2 to Zootopia 2. You need to pick another number. All right. And again, we are waiting for a vote from Marshlands. Marshlands, no, you cannot vote 0. 5 just feels wrong. Sorry, this is you got to parse these out correctly. Um, so if you don't come up with another number, I'm going to give it your 5. So yeah, you gotta work these things out. So, um, let's see. And then King Matt's gonna give it a 1. King Matt's like, oh, I can't give it a 2. All right, fine, I give it a 1. All right, Marshlands, I'm giving it a 5. Whoops. Hold on a second there. I just accidentally erased someone's vote. I can tell you right now that even with that 5 from Marshlands, Alien 3 has already achieved the lowest score of this bunch. It only gets a 20. It is in dead last so far. All right. And we've only got one more. So we'll see if it comes in last or if it comes in second to last. All right. So to that end, guys, thrill me with this final vote here. Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. So, again, Jim Carrey is pretty hit or miss. I like some of his comedy and some of it I don't like. When Jim Carrey does like serious stuff, I actually really like him though. So, but keep in mind your 5 is not a rating of the movie. It is a signifier of how much you want me to watch it. As opposed to the other movies on the list. That's probably the best way to think of it. So, all right. And I'm going to go back and just do a validation, make sure that no one else is using the same number. Oh, King Matt, you need to get better at figuring out your numbers, dude. You need to revote for Top Gun Maverick. Um, and I need to do a better job of validating people's choices. Okay, all right. Okay, King Matt, you already gave a 6 to Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. You can't vote a 6 for Top Gun Maverick. I need you to change your vote on that. All right. So make sure to vote again and put the title of it by your number. All right. Okay. And while King Matt is thinking about that, I'm going to go through and see what you guys are saying for Ace Ventura. So, all right. So, looks like Sith Apple voted 8 for. Sith Apple, you voted 5 for Friday the 13th 7. You need to change that. All right, hold on. I need I have to change the number totals. So hold on. I need to go through and make sure people are not casting the same vote again. Okay, all right. This looks okay so far. All right, I think Sith Apple voted 8 for Ace Ventura. So okay, Planty is giving it a 10. Okay, all right. Planty, you haven't given out any 10s, have you? You have not. Okay. All right. Let me make sure. CG is giving it a 6. I don't see any 6s on CG's row, so he's good. Let's see. Megan is giving this one a 3. She has no 3s, so she is good. All right. Or maybe better yet, all righty then. Okay, let me see. We're waiting 2 more votes from King Matt and Marshlands. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Marshlands is 8 for Ace Ventura. Let me just check and make sure he hasn't used that. No, you have not used an 8, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. And then let's see. We're waiting on King Matt's vote. And that is for Top Gun. Oh, wait, no. Ace Ventura is a 10. Top Gun Maverick is a 9. Okay, so Ace Ventura 10. Wow, okay. Whoops, damn it. There we go. Sorry, sometimes I can't database. And for Top Gun Maverick, it gets a 9. Okay, all right. Cool. Okay, and then we're waiting on Sith Apple's vote for Friday the 13th, too. Oh, you're going to vote 1 for Friday the 13th? Okay, that will probably change things. Let me just make sure, again, that we don't have any duplicate voting. Okay. All right. I think everyone is pretty good elsewise. All right. Okay. All right. So for the most part, we have gotten. Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm going to give out Ace Ventura. Wow. Ace Ventura, when nature calls, got 45. Holy crap. Okay. Friday the 13th gets a 33 as a result of the rescoring. And then Top Gun Maverick gets a 34 as a result of the rescoring. So yeah, guys, whenever you can, try to keep track of it. I don't immediately have a way to do that, but let me go ahead and parse out what we've got here. First of all, let me return Ace Ventura to his original size here. There we go. All right, so let's see. We have got so the runaway favorite is Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda 2 got a 50. That one did the best. All right. I think everyone knows that. I'm gonna go from the bottom up for the rest of these, since you guys are. Kung Fu Panda was pretty much a given. Like, you guys were voting the hell out of that one. So, all right. So lowest score is actually Alien 3 with a score of 20. Surprisingly, coming in second lowest is Zootopia 2 at 29. The Bourne Supremacy is one step up with 30 points. Friday the 13th, 33 points. Top Gun Maverick with 34 points. Die Hard 3 with 35 points. And then after that, it jumps 10 points to Ace Ventura 2. And then, of course, to Kung Fu Panda at the top here. So, guys, I think we have our winners here. Now, the first thing I want, because I'm pretty sure I'll be able to rent those if nothing else. Let me just do a quick check. I'm thinking that Kung Fu Panda 2 is on Disney Plus, in which case, if it, no, it's on HBO Max, which I subscribe to HBO Max already. So that's good. What about Ace Ventura? When Nature Calls. Where can I watch that? That one looks like I'll probably have to rent it, but that's fine. It's only $4. So yeah. So yeah, it looks like our two winners for the month of June, due to popular vote, are going to be Kung Fu Panda 2 and Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. So I want to first thing I want to do is thank you guys for doing this vote. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this has actually been a really fun way to select movies for Film First Friday. Did you guys enjoy it? Let me know, and let me know if you want to continue doing it this way, because I'm kind of thinking this could work. Now, this might not be as easy if we're like, let's say we do space opera, like a space opera month, and some of you are not big space opera watchers, and you might be like, I don't know, I'll vote a 3 for that, I guess, like. So it might not always be this way, but I think this is like a really fun way to do it. And I really appreciate the interaction from you guys. You guys really seem to get into it and enjoy it. So I need to find a way that I can more quickly kind of validate and see if people are voting twice the same number on the fly. But aside from that, because that will change the scores, it does matter. But essentially, like, if we can do it this way and I can find a way, because if we keep doing this, I'm sure more people will show up and want to vote. And I don't think I want to put this behind a paywall. I like you guys coming in and being like, nope, it's time to vote. Let's do it. I don't want to put this behind a paywall. I will put the initial reveal still behind the membership paywall, though. Again, if you want to know ahead of time what the theme will be, so that way you can have an idea of what movies and games to start thinking of for suggestions and for voting. Again, memberships start at $2.99 a month. That's fairly cheap. You get shout outs from me, which, IDK, thanks for being a member. Unfortunately, IDK, it is over. We have figured out the winners, but don't worry. I have a feeling we'll be doing this again in the future. So, but yeah, this was fun, and hopefully you guys voting on it will translate to you guys like showing up for like the Film First Friday watch parties and being all like, yes, I voted for that, or I don't know. So, but good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. CG says that ranking and rating are hobbies of his. I really should do more of those. I'm still working on that Cozy Games list. I've got it scripted. I need to sit down and record it, and I'm terrible about doing that. So, but Megan enjoyed it. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I had a fun time doing this, So, I'm just going to go ahead and declare the days and time, the days, like the movies basically as these. We're gonna do uh so we're gonna do for sequels month, we're gonna do Dune Part 2 on June 5th. And that's mainly because I loved the first one so much. I just watched it last month and I was like, I need the second one and I need it now. So we're gonna watch June Part 2 on June 5th. We're gonna watch Dune Part 2 on June 5th. Did I say June Part 2? I don't know. It'll be a Dune June, okay? We're gonna watch Kung Fu Panda on June 12th because it was the top vote getter. You guys made it run away with the vote, and I love it. So thank you for that. And I love the first one. I thought the first one was great, so I'm really eager to see this one as well. Um, on June 19th, Nara gets to pick one movie a month that I watch. And so Nara's pick is actually Rush Hour 3. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here real quick and I'm going to grab this. This is the little kind of like right now it's kind of the Nara flag. So we're going to grab these elements. It is the Webliographer patron pick, and it's basically a little flag design that it's not a big deal, but I just kind of put it on there. So we're going to move this to here. And unfortunately, that means we're going to cover Jackie Chan's face. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny to me. Maybe we can move it out. No, but it'll interfere with the title. Okay, there's nothing we can do. Sorry, Jackie Chan, your face gets covered. Let me go in here real quick. I might be able to move it to the other side, actually. All right, you guys are going to see just how well I can edit on the fly. Because, I don't know, I feel kind of bad covering Jackie Chan's face, you know? All right. Okay. All right, we may need to resize that ever so slightly. And there we are. There we go. So now we've got the flag on it. We're only cutting off a little bit of Chris Tucker's forehead, and we get to see Jackie Chan's beautiful face. So there you guys go. And then finally, on June 26th, the second top vote getter, coming in second place, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, Jim Carrey flick. I'm expecting a whole lot of physical comedy and a whole lot of, well, toilet humor and facial expressions. So I'm looking forward to this lineup. And I'll tell you guys, this probably would have been a fairly different lineup if I had chosen. I might have gone with Kung Fu Panda 2. Probably I would have gone with Zootopia as well. And maybe probably could have gone with either Alien or Pirates over one of those two as well. So this would have been very different. So I'm actually really pleasantly surprised and happy that you guys came in and were like, yeah, let's do this. Let's vote. So I think what I'm going to do is around this time next month when cuz I'm going to reveal the July theme in early to mid June, okay? And if you want to see that reveal stream, that one is behind the membership wall. So if you want to see that, consider paying the $3 for a channel membership, and that'll get you access. But if you're able to wait, I'll put the voting to I'll put the voting to the stream that comes closer to the end of the month. Let me just take a quick preliminary look. I would say probably when I do the theme reveal, it'll probably be on June 11th. And if I do a like that'll be the initial theme reveal, and then I think what I'll do is I think around either Monday or Tuesday, the 22nd or the 23rd, that'll be this stream. That'll be the one where I'm like, okay, here's the theme reveal for everyone to know now. And now let's figure out um what movies I'll be doing for like the rest of the month. And I think what I'll do is I'll like Nara will get his pick during the initial reveal stream. And what I did for this month's reveal stream is I actually let Nara uh like I let him call in and just like make the announcement himself. And he seemed to really enjoy it. So I'm probably going to let him do that if he continues to remain a Webliographer. But yeah, so in the meantime, I'll probably make a pick between the initial reveal and the current reveal stream for like one of the movies, and then depending on how many slots we have left, we'll vote for the remaining 2 or 3 slots. So if you guys like that, I'll try to put that in the regular schedule of announcements, and I'll let you guys know like, hey, if you want to vote, show up early, be prepared to stay for the whole stream, and I'll put you in so that we can figure it out. So but yeah, this is great. This is great. For those of you that weren't here already, I made a showcase for sequels. These are not anything that I'm watching this month or like I've seen most of the movies and I think I've played all the games. Maybe not Mass Effect 2, but I have Mass Effect 2. I actually have the entire Mass Effect trilogy now. So, the gaming schedule I'm still working on, and I think what I may start doing for 1 week out of the month is I'll take kind of a bye week where I kind of cut out Retro Review and Superhero Sanctuary, simply because sometimes I just need a weekend where the whole weekend isn't scheduled for live streams. So like I'm thinking like that third weekend I might take out like I think what I may do is I may remove well, no, hold on. That might not be the week to do it. Damn it. Okay. I might do it the week after. Because I need to do Arkham City on June 20th and play it until June 21st. Because I'm pretty sure Father's Day is on June 21st, right? Father's Day 2026 is on June 21st. Yeah. So I'm gonna play that into midnight. We'll talk to Calendar Man, get that storyteller achievement or get closer to it, and then see what we can do. But as you can see, I'm still working very much on the calendar for June for the games. But I've already decided that for Platinum Run, I'm just gonna do Miles Morales and Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight. I don't care what anyone says. I call them sequels, and so I'm gonna game with them. So I'll probably do Miles Morales one Wednesday, Lego Batman the next Wednesday, Miles Morales. Like I'll just do it that way. And how many Wednesdays do we have in June? We have 4 Wednesdays in June. So we'll do 2 Miles Morales and 2 Lego Batman. And I'll probably continue to play Lego Batman on an unscheduled basis because I'm really enjoying it and you guys seem to really like it. So King Matt says that he heard they're currently working on Rush Hour 4. Again, I haven't seen any of those movies, but I hear it's a successful franchise, so I wouldn't be surprised. So, but as you guys can see, I have scheduled Mega Man 2 for June 7th, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for June 14th, And so, yeah, if you guys can think of any other retro games, I have to own them. But if you guys can think of any other retro games that are sequels that you'd like me to play, let me know. And let's see. And I guess if you have a Cozy Game sequel, I guess I could play Cat Quest 2. I'm going to continue playing Stardew Valley every other week. And then Arkham City is already a sequel. Miles Morales is already a sequel. Um, God, I might give Dispatch another rest because that's not a sequel. I could do that. Okay, if I do that, hold on. July, let's see. If I do that, then I'll reschedule Dispatch to July 11th. So, Streets of Rage 2, I don't own it. I don't own Streets of Rage 2. I like Stress of Rage 2, though. That's hilarious. Stress of Rage. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to remove Dispatch from the June calendar just because it's not a sequel. Let's see. Let's go ahead and slot in Lego Batman over here. And then you know, screw it. I've got Cat Quest 2. I've never played it. I haven't completed Cat Quest, but I don't care. We're going to go ahead and just make that the game to play instead of Cat Quest 1 because yeah, we're going to keep to the theme. Like I don't have to strictly follow the theme, but you know what? Why the hell not, you know? Hi, Trouble. Look, everybody, Trouble's here. Hey, sweetie, look, I love you. Normally, I would let you sit there, but I can't. He's like, okay, fine, let me go, Dad. I love this kitty. I love her so much, but she is such a little gremlin sometimes. Yeah, the Cat Quest games are great. They're a lot of fun. I've only played the first one, but it's really good, and I imagine Cat Quest 2 is just an improvement. So, is the Lego Batman game worth picking up? Yes, I've enjoyed it. Um, the only criticisms that I personally have is that I wish you got more of your companions sooner. It seems to devote one act to a new companion, which is cool, but like I kind of like the idea of just like getting them fairly early on. And one thing that I really like is I think I played 2 hours through just the origin story, and that was before you got the cowl at all. So that's cool. You get to customize the Bat Cave and expand it, which is also really neat. And yeah, I don't know. I kind of liked it. So yeah, I would recommend it if you like if you don't want to pay $70 for a game. I get that too. So like wait till it goes on sale. It'll probably go on sale in a few weeks or a couple months. But I've really enjoyed it. Trouble, don't even try it. I love you. I love you very much. Don't you dare try to come over this. No. No. I said no. I love you. You cannot come over here right now. So, but yeah, so that's this is a very very quick look at the gaming schedule. And I might change it. We'll see. I don't know. Like I'll need to come up with another sequel for retro review. I've probably got a lot of them. I just haven't really looked into them yet. And I mean, Arkham City is from like 2012. That's almost a retro game. For me, a retro game is like at least 15 years old, um but like I'm putting the finishing touches on the month. So, but I'll probably take at least 1 week off every month where like I'll still do Film First Friday and I'll probably still do Platinum Run, but like the Saturday and Sunday games, I'll probably cut Retro Review and I'll probably cut Superhero Sanctuary and I'll just do Cozy Gaming Oasis on Sundays, simply just to give myself some breathing space. So Megan says that as a cozy game, or seems cozy to her, she'd like to see me try Stray. She played part of it, enjoyed it a lot. Well, Megan, I can tell you something. I can tell you a couple of things. One, I do own Stray, and I've never played it. Okay, so that's one thing. And two, I've kind of got something coming down the pipeline that may enable me to watch that and stay in, or to play that and stay in theme. So I don't want to reveal too much because I think if I do that, it's going to be like down the road. It's going to be at least like 3 months away or something. But let's just say that I have heard about how good Stray is, and I have basically gotten to the point that I own it and I do intend to play it. So, but thank you for that suggestion. I actually really appreciate it. Let me. I need to. I was gonna say that looked like it was out of space right there. Does Superman 64 count as a sequel to Superman the Animated Series? It does not. I do not own it, and I have heard such terrible things about that game that you would have to fight to get me to play it. So I'm sorry, CG. All right. Planty got motion sick trying to play it. Oh, Stray? Trying to play Stray? That sucks. I'm sorry. And I think I actually need to start thinking about a couple of things because I have reached a point where I need to start recycling a lot of the games that I already have on my PlayStation 5. Because my PS5, when I tried to install Lego Batman on it, ran out of space. And so, fortunately, I'd already platinumed Astrobot and I hadn't deleted it yet. And I've got Marvel Cosmic Invasion on the drive too, but that's only like half a gigabyte. It's not that big. But like, I need to start finding ways to kind of recycle the games that I'm playing. Because, like, I do want to return to Elden Ring, and I do want to return to Subnautica, and I do want to return to Red Dead Redemption, and I do want to return to Dredge and Dragon Quest Builders and all of those. So, like, I really want to, like, I want to kind of dig a little deeper into some of those themes that dictate the games and see what we can do in terms of making more themes. Because if you guys have suggestions for themes, I want to hear them. Okay. I want to hear them so that I can plan for later down the line. If I were to take a quick look, let me see if I can go check out my where is it? That's not what I'm talking about. Where is it? Where is it? Let me go to my drive. It'll tell me more. Here we go. Because I do have a YouTube channel monthly themes spreadsheet that I keep. And like, so my themes, like in July of 2025, when I just started it, the theme was comic books and graphic novels. I started out very general. August was anime, September was Star Trek, October was Thrills and Chills, November was DC, and December was Marvel. All right. And then when I got to 2026, I tried to put a little bit more nuance into it. So January was dinosaurs and kaiju. February was deep waters in the ocean. March was outlaws in the Old West. April was swords and sorcery. May is currently that galaxy far, far away, or space operas, basically. And then in June, with the story continues, we're going to be doing sequels. And so I've got um I've got ideas for I've got ideas for themes for the rest of the year, but I haven't committed to any of them beyond June. Actually, that's not true. I know what the July theme is going to be, and there's a very specific reason for it, but I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. Not right now, at least. But I've got themes mapped out for the rest of the year, but I'm not committed to any of them. And then I've also got a list of ideas for themes that like they mostly have to do with movies. So for instance, I've had people suggest musicals, so I took that as an idea and I'm saving it for later. Um, I just chose like a genre. I just chose fantasy because, um, it's a very it's a genre that I enjoy and I don't mind recycling. I've got the idea for specific actors or directors. I've got dark fantasy, urban fantasy, high fantasy. I've got investigators and dinosaurs because I'm doing investigators for the library and I'm doing dinosaurs for the library, even though I already did dinosaurs and kaiju in January. Someone suggested Houston-based media because I do live in the city of Houston, Texas. And there's actually quite a few movies that are centered in Houston or Houston plays like a fairly pivotal part in the narrative. Someone suggested samurais. I've had suggestions from medieval history. And then someone also suggested buddy cop movies. So if you guys have suggestions for themes, let me know what they are. Because I do have to start thinking in terms of like recycling themes for my video games to influence the movies. So, all right, let's see. Sith Apple suggests Donkey Kong Country 2. I don't have it. I'm sorry. Oh, CG was joking about Superman 64. Okay. All right. There's only a handful of games that do that to you. Even Minecraft? Oh, I'm so sorry, Planty. Oh, you know what? For what it's worth, I'm glad Elden Ring doesn't seem to do that for you, or does it? I hope not. Doesn't seem like it would, though. Let's see. Get myself a portable hard drive for extra memory. I'll think about it. I'm not going to make any promises though. Fall Guys made Megan motion sick. That's the worst, but she was also pregnant, so that could have been it. Yeah, that's true. Have I tried Stumble Guys? What are Stumble Guys? So clearly I haven't. Stumble Guys. Is this like another version of Fall Guys? This is a massive multiplayer party knockout game with up to 32 players online. Oh dear God. Join round after round of escalating chaos to So this is like, I mean, this sounds like Fall Guys. Is this, because I've never played Fall Guys either, but is it basically the same thing? Because guys, if we did that, we could like play together. At least for those of you that don't get motion sick. I don't know. I'm sorry. um, I don't know. Like, I don't, let me know. Let me know, because that could be fun actually. All right. It's similar to Fall Guys, but you can emotes like punching. Really? That's interesting. I like it. To quote Bruce Wayne, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so you play it? Okay, all right. It is a thing that we can consider. So, okay, all right. Well, guys, this has been great. This has been a much later stream than I thought I was gonna do. And to be fair, I'm very happy about it because I've had a great deal of fun here. But now you know the theme for June. It's going to be sequels. I'll put up some graphics soon. I'll put them out on the posts. Be sure to like those. Be sure to comment on them. The more interaction these things get, the more YouTube decides to float things up to other people who might want to see this stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much what we've got here. It's going to be sequels for June. We're going to do it as much as possible. And again, I'm going to start initiating the one kind of weekend off, more or less. Like I'll probably still play things, but I'll do other things that I want to do instead of what is just scheduled. So, I think it's good for my mental health, and yeah, I think you guys will enjoy it too. But in the meantime, I'm gonna head off. Thank you guys for joining me for this one. I'll be honest with you. Coming into the stream, I wasn't feeling so great about myself. Um, I was kind of looking at my channel and I was just kind of like, I'm still so small. I'm not growing enough. I've had trolls start coming in and commenting on how, you know, I don't know. They've just been saying things like people are like trolls say, I think I had someone say like I look like a transbian or something, and I'm just like, it's easy to just be like, yeah, and I thought you were a reasoning human being until I read your comment, and then I just, I hide them, but like, I don't know, I've gotten enough of that to where it's just like, you start to feel it a little bit. And like I needed something like this. I needed you guys. I needed you guys to come on and just be like, yeah, let's do this vote thing. Let's hang out. Let's have fun. Like, so I really want to give you guys a heartfelt thank you. Like this stream was very much a lot of what I needed. And it's all due to you guys, and I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Um and yeah, thanks for being here with me tonight. I appreciate it very much. We'll look forward to another one of these next month, right? In the meantime, take care. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.